1.1 will finally be dropping in a couple of days, and Kuro Games have blessed us with a ton of stuff, ranging from new events to quality of life updates. It may all seem a bit overwhelming as there will be a lot to do, so I'm gonna run through everything that has been confirmed to drop in 1.1 and what you should consider prioritizing as soon as the update is live. Of course, play the game how you would want, but for those players that are interested in completing what will be most valuable to their account first, it may be worth sticking around. Just before we jump right into it, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel for more WutheringWaves content and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Now as for what's new in 1.1, unless you have been hiding under a rock, you should at least know about the two new resonators being Jinhsi and Changli. Jinhsi would be a Spectral Broadblade DPS character and her banner will last for 3 weeks from launch. Following would be Changli, which is a fusion one-handed sword DPS character. Both look amazing design wise and are expected to impact the meta significantly. My last video focuses on preparing for Jinhsi and if you should summon for her, so I would recommend checking it out if you are doing any last minute preparations or still a bit unsure if you should pick her up. Spoiler, she will be the best main DPS in the game, so if your account is in need of a main DPS, definitely consider picking Jinhsi up. It is going to be really tough for free to play trying to pick between these two characters, since even their animations are amazing as we got to see in the 1.1 trailer, so I wouldn't be surprised if some players even decide to swipe this update. Mount Firmament will be the new area dropping, and from what has been revealed so far, it looks stunning and kinda reminds me of Dragonspine from Genshin, as both areas are linked to a dragon and being more of a chillier region. Mount Firmament will be where the new main story act takes place, so a heads up to any players that haven't completed the main story yet, you need to complete it before 1.1 drops. Since this is the first major update and I'm not too sure if access to the new map would even be granted unless you are up to date with the story, so it's better to be safe than sorry since you would be locked out from majority of content dropping in the update. Along with Mount Firmament, new echoes have been confirmed, and amongst those new echoes will be a Jue echo. Jue will be the new weekly boss, so I'm hoping for any players that are picking up Jinhsi, you haven't touched your weekly boss attempts, since you'll want to use them on Jue as he will drop the new weekly boss material for Jinhsi skill upgrades. I am expecting Jue to be the final boss for the new main story act, meaning you wouldn't have access to his weekly boss until you have cleared the story. So clearing the main story will definitely be one of the first things you need to aim to do when the update is live, since you'll have 2 days to complete it to have access to Jue's weekly boss before the week ends. Might be obvious to some players, but considering there's a lot of different things to do, it might just slip your mind. Jue as an echo will be a Spectral 4-cost echo and will be the best in slot 4-cost echo for Jinhsi. So again, you'll want to gain access to Jue's weekly boss as soon as to start farming for it. It was confirmed that Jue will be a summonable echo, which is amazing since you don't need to transform into an echo and waste field time. Also, it seems like you can trigger Jue's echo skill over a certain period of time through using the resonance skill, which Jinhsi will be utilizing quite a bit, so you'll definitely want to pick up Jue as soon as possible for Jinhsi. Alongside the brand new Jue echoes, 6 other echoes have been confirmed which will be added to the current echo sets we already have. 3 of them will be 1-cost echoes for the Sierra Gale, Rejuvenating Glow, Celestial Light, Freezing Frost, Endless Vibrations and Molten Rift sets. The other 3 will be 3-cost echoes for the Void Thunder, Celestial Light, Moonlit Clouds, and 2 of them will be added to the Freezing Frost set. So if you're a player that likes to clear out all of the echoes for an element you are farming in the open world, you'll now have more echoes to farm to deepen that feeling of despair when you don't pull the main stat you want. Mount Firmament will also be introducing some new mechanics such as the leap device to help make traversing the new area much easier, and you're able to ski down Mount Firmament, which does look cool and make exploration even better than it already is. Now arguably, the best update dropping in 1.1 would be Databank level 21. Personally, I did expect for new levels in the databank to be introduced at some point, which would of course lead to higher drop rate chances for gold echoes. Level 20 currently provides us with a 80% chance for gold echoes, so it would be fair in assuming the chance for gold echoes might go up in small increments till we eventually reach a 100% chance for gold echoes. But KuroGames really just said that's too long and will have a 100% drop rate for gold echoes when you reach level 21. So reaching databank level 21 will definitely be a priority along with the main story, since this is going to help massively with acquiring gold echoes through open world echo farming, data merging, your daily echo through dailies, and those random echo tickets you pick up through the battle pass. The value databank level 21 holds is insane, so for players that haven't reached level 20 in the databank just yet, I would seriously advise for you to reach level 20 before the update. So you would just be able to focus on the new echoes in the new area to reach level 21 as soon as. Now there will be a ton of new events dropping in 1.1 to definitely look forward to. There'll be a few events being Tales from Mount Firmament and Traces of Mount Firmament being more exploration orientated, which I guess will help with incentivizing players to explore parts of the new area that they wouldn't usually bother exploring. They should be quite simple to complete, which is perfectly fine since there's other events that focus more on combat dropping with them. The new Depths of Elusive Realm will be available, which will feature new mechanics and more bonuses to make your character build even more overpowered. In my opinion, Elusive Realm just has to be one of the best modes, since it's just too satisfying to see characters dealing damage to enemies as if they're literally on steroids. So the fact that they are updating it already to provide more combinations to upgrade characters and new mechanics is amazing. Plus the total amount of Ashtrites we can pick up will be increased, so it just gets better and better. A new Elusive Realm would mean the current one will be ending, and the rewards from challenges and the shop will also be unavailable to pick up once 1.1 is live. So you need to ensure you've picked up everything from the shop and any rewards from challenges in the current Elusive Realm whilst you can. Tactical Simulacra will be a new limited time event which looks like a boss rush mode, as they are showing Crownless, the giant ape and a third in the back that might be either the Thundering or Tempest Mephis. Nothing has been confirmed regarding what the event will be about apart from it being a combat event, so I am speculating it would be similar to the Alloy Smelt event. Just instead of the endless amount of open world enemies, you would be facing only bosses, which I think would be pretty fun. It might end up being the best place to learn all of the bosses' attack patterns too, if you still need to learn some. A permanent addition to the game releasing in 1.1 would be the next tactical hologram boss, Crownless. The Crownless hologram being added instead of many other bosses first did catch me off guard a bit, since I would have expected him to be one of the last hologram bosses to release. Regardless, new challenging content is always something to look forward to. Just like the other hologram bosses, Crownless will have new exclusive skills that will be showcased only as a hologram boss. So this will be something I'm looking forward to seeing, since Crownless is one of the flashier bosses you can battle, and I would expect some nice attack animations from him with his new skills. I do also expect this hologram boss experience to just be short from living hell, as he's likely going to be even tougher than the Tempest Mephis. There's also going to be a ton of quality of life updates dropping, which is great to see since we now know Kuro Games is definitely listening to us. A clear indication would be the tuner synthesis update, which is a massive step in the right direction that they should have done in the beginning, but at least it's here. The conversion from blue tuners to purple tuners hasn't been confirmed, but we can see from the dev notes that we are able to convert 5 purple tuners into a gold tuner. So for players that have purple and blue tuners stacked up, you'll finally be able to put them to use. I don't want to throw shade on Kuro Games since they are killing it, but I think it's worth mentioning. Tuners and echo experience kinda go hand in hand. So I'm hoping they can introduce some new methods to acquire more Echo XP soon, as it's nice having more gold tuners now, but you can't really use them if you still don't have any Echo XP. This is something I'm sure they have considered and will implement something soon to help us out. Now a brand new layered map feature will be introduced to Mount Firmament and will be later introduced to the rest of the areas in Jinzhou in future updates. This addition to the game is genuinely a lifesaver since some areas are vertically massive, so it would be an issue sometimes looking for something when there's multiple layers. The exchange shop is also receiving an update, as we will be able to exchange oscillated coral for 7 of each summoned currency now opposed to 6. I'm sure this would have been due to the fact that the shop reset is every 40 days opposed to 30 days, just like in other gacha games. So it's nice to know they are even updating the shop, as I know for a fact other game companies wouldn't budge in giving us more summons. A gallery feature will also be dropping, allowing for players that didn't pull Yinlin to just look at the 2 massive reasons why they should have pulled. The shell credit cost to upgrade echoes will also be lowered, which will help reduce the rate of players going completely broke. Everything that uses credits is too damn expensive, so any reductions will help massively. Additionally, combat style tags are being introduced to help players find a specific trait from a character, such as specializing in dealing coordinated attacks or healing. Just by going over all of these quality of life updates, I'm really starting to think that the Kuro Games HQ might end up looking like Mappa's HQ, since these guys are putting in a shift with these updates. Finally, there will be a new side quest introduced that drops a new Broadblade we can pick up for free. However, there's a slight issue. It's a 3-star weapon. Genuinely don't know why Kuro Games thought making the first event weapon a 3-star, as the bare minimum should have been a 4-star. It might be usable, so we'll have to see exactly what the weapon does when 1.1 drops. I would assume it's a weapon Jinshi players can use if they aren't picking up her signature weapon, or maybe just don't have a Broadblade in their account. Given its unique design, it might just be a collectible weapon that plays unique sound effects or a melody when you attack with it, as it kinda does have melody in its name. The cherry on top for this amazing update is that we are receiving 15 Radiant Tides, 15 Lustrous Tides, and and 10 forging ties by just logging in. So it's nice to see that Kuro Games are still being as generous as ever with the free summons. Overall, there's gonna be a ton of stuff to unpack in 1.1 and I'm hella excited for it. As I mentioned earlier, you would want to prioritize clearing the main story and reaching level 21 in the databank as soon as possible. Since then, you'll have access to Jue's weekly boss fight to pick up his echo and weekly rewards for Jinhsi. And any echoes you receive throughout the various ways you can pick them up will be guaranteed to be gold. So just ensure the prerequisites have been completed in order for you to attain databank level 21 and to complete the new main story. I'm sure the first thing players will be focusing on will be pulling for Jinhsi. So the 7 pulls from the shop and the free summons we'll be getting as login bonus should be a nice bit of help. Again, if you aren't sure whether you should pull Jinhsi, you could check out my last video as it might help with your decision. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel for more WutheringWaves content, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Also drop a comment on what you are looking forward to the most in 1.1. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.